You guys can clearly come here searching for the best deck known to Card Wars, and of course, it's Scott's deck. I just beat Eggy Khan in 2 turns, never done before, so I'll be showing you clearly one of the best decks that clearly, definitely, most definitely, I'm just gonna keep on trying to hype it up, but yeah, my deck profile, the deck that can kill people so fast, you don't even know what their deck was trying to do. So, this deck is all about a couple cards that can loop stuff, so you can either, like, for example, draw your whole deck, or gain infinite actions, or, I don't know, or play as many goats as you want. I don't know, whatever you want, basically. So, 4 different landscapes, it's so you have all different cards that you can use to loop these stuffs together. You got Moniker, who's the hero that I'm using now, but I used to use Prismo before. So, when I go through this, you're going to be able to see that don't have every single card in this. So I have other cards that are just there as either filler, like other cards that can draw, or in the case of Lost Golem, are just decent cards. So if you don't have Moniker, I'd suggest using Prismo, and let's get into this. Oh shoot, my video, okay, time to find out. It says low battery on my screen. Man, I think it's been recording fine, but I guess I'll find out once I'm done. Okay, let's start this off with 3 Fummies, necessary, Fummies are good. 3 Red Islands, also a really good card. Now, here's one of the cards that I don't have enough of. 3 Heavenly Gazers, very good card. I'll show you the combos later. And 3 Goats, 3 of each of your minions. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 different minions. If you don't know what that means, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you're just trying to draw for a couple of each of these. And with different amounts of each of them, you can make different loops. Now to the spells. I got 3 Wake-Up Calls. I'm just have him there as a replace here. Wake-Up Call helps you do your loops. Also just really good. 3 Free Falls. Once you summon out infinite goats, I can now give all my creatures infinite attack. Cuddle Puddle. With that infinite attack, I can destroy all my creatures before I attack. Well, destroy all their creatures before I attack. Now we're going to mostly draw cards for a bit. 3 Toma Onks, one of the best draw cards in the game. You really want to get those out before you start filling up your lanes. 3 Glorious Gramophones, pretty similar to Toma Onks. If you have to discard cards, it's fine. There's certain cards if you start playing, you can discard copies of Freefall or discard copies of Cuddle Puddle, or even Goats. Goats can be engraved. There's extra cards in your deck that you can get rid of. Very good draw card. 3 Gnome Snouts, another good draw card. Now, these 4 cards right here are very similar. They can be used in combos. I like to run 2 Hamfists and 2 Family Gatherings. The cards can be played similar. This is basically if you have a creature, this is if your opponent has a creature. So they kind of like use each other, like one's better in a different circumstance. So yeah, depends on which one. This one is draw a card, you don't care about attack, because if you minus attack and then gain infinite damage, doesn't matter. This card, your opponent needs to have a creature that matches one of your landscapes, so you can actually use it to draw. You can use those in some combos to draw infinitely. Void Thimbles basically helps you extend your plays with an extra mana, has come in clutch. These are like my cards that don't necessarily need, but they're good. Raise the Dead, if I somehow screw up and end up with all my cards in grave, I can use Heavenly Gazer and start bringing them back. And 2 Empty Coffins, similar to Void Thimble, they help me get out more cards when I need them. And if I pulled off the combo after I already ran out of mana thanks to Empty Coffin and Void Thimbles and all that stuff. So now let's actually get into this combo. So I'll move some stuff aside. because I will only need a certain amount of cards. Definitely 2 of them. I only need 1 of them. I'll potentially need 2, and potentially need 2. For these combos, for 1 of them, you definitely need a Ham Fist. I can tell you that much. For nope, need none of those. For the other, you'll want a Cuddle Puddle, Free Fall, and definitely Wake Up Call. Okay, the first combo that I started making around this deck was, so you have Heavenly Gazer, Red Isling, and Fummy, and you have 2 goats anywhere. They can be hand, grave, no, besides deck, of course. And then you have, say, these other cards. I know it's a pretty big combo, but when you're going through your deck as fast as I am, you'll end up with all of them pretty easily. So even if Wake Up Call's in the grave, you can bring 1 back with Heavenly Gazer. So you have, say, only 1 action right now. You Floop Fummy to get to 2. You can play 1 goat, replace a goat, draw a card, doesn't matter. You need a goat in the grave for now. Doesn't exactly matter. So then you can Floop him, bring this goat back to hand, and then you don't even need Heavenly Gazer this time, for the first time, of course. And you use Wake Up Call, ready them both. Then you can flip your Fummy, so you gain your 1 action back that it cost you for your Wake Up Call. You can then use Heavenly Gazer to put Wake Up Call on top of your deck. And then you can replace the goat with the goat, putting 1 goat to the grave to get Wake Up Call back to your hand. And then, I know Red Island, but it's just a little screwed up for this time. Everything will be flooped next time. But as you can see, I'm back to where I started. As I said, your goats can be in your grave, hand, or on field. And I have 2 actions again. So you keep going with that over and over again, which I just tell when I play with anyone, I now have summoned infinite goats. And they're like, okay, because they're like, oh, okay. And then you activate Free Fall. Well, you activate Wake Up Call. So now all your creatures are ready. Now you need 2 mana still, so you'll flip your Fummy, fine, whatever. Or you can even use a Void Thimble. You might have one. Doesn't matter that much. Free Fall, all your creatures gain +1 attack for each creature you've played. You've played infinite goats. All your creatures gain infinite attack. And then you use Cuddle Puddle. All your creatures gain +1 attack, so that infinite in 1 now. But what Cuddle Puddle says, at the start of the fight phase, all creatures deal their damage. So all your creatures deal their damage to your opposing creatures. So since they're all at infinite attack, got me. They'll all do infinite to your opponents. And then they're all dead, clearly, and then they all attack for infinite. And that's just 1 combo. Now that's the combo I used to kill my opponent. Now another combo, which I don't need this, I don't need these. If you want to draw infinitely, you can have 2 Red Islings, and then you're basically doing the same exact thing. So you're gonna want, like, say even Ham Fist and Grave, it's fine. You have 1 action or whatever you want, doesn't matter that much. You flip your Fummy, you go up to 2 actions. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll start with this. Ham Fist is in grave, Wake Up Call is in grave. You floop your Heavenly Gazer to put Wake Up Call on top of your deck. Say that's my deck. You floop Red Isling to add Ham Fist to your hand. If I can pick it up, jeez. And then you can use Ham Fist to draw a card, making one of them lose attack. And then use Red Isling again to draw a 2nd card. So draw any card you want. Then you can flip a Fummy to gain your action back from Wake Up Call. So what I've done is, for 0 actions, I've drawn 1 extra card, like a net gain of 1. And I'm back where I started. So you repeat that and you can draw your whole deck, and with your whole deck, you can then do the other combo to kill. Now another combo that can basically draw your whole deck it can do everything you want. Is if you have the same setup, instead of a red island, you have a Fummy. And this can be Family Gathering, Ham Fist, or Ham Fist. They both work. And similar thing, you have both these engraved, say 0 mana even. So you have 2, floop this, add Ham Fist to hand, floop that, put Heavenly, put Wake Up Call on top of your deck, use Ham Fist to draw that, and then floop it all again. You spent 1 mana, but you gain 2 each time, so you have infinite mana, or actions, sorry, and with those infinite actions, you can draw every card in your deck. You can place as many cards as you want. Well, not really, because you basically, it's all, the infinite mana is to set up the other combo with the 2 goats. If you know what I'm saying. So, these cards like to loop stuff around. So, how I'm going to end it. So, according to Egihan, oh, it's not fun to verse them. There's nothing illegal about it. There's no rules against it. Of course, I don't have the official guide. I've never seen that. But I don't see what's wrong with it here. I use Moniker because it can help me get to some of my plays when I don't have everything. But, yeah, pretty broken, pretty good. I could beat Egihan on 2 turns, and that's because I went first. I bet I could beat someone on my first turn if I went second. I'd like to try that, actually, not gonna lie. But, as you can see, I don't have all the cards to the combo yet, sadly. I'm gonna be working on getting all of them. And now going over this, I think I might want a 3 Ham Fists and 1 Family Gathering. The only thing about Family Gathering is how you saw 2 red islands in that one. If your opponent has 2 useless swamps, 2 blue plains, 2 sandy lands, or 2 nice lands, you can do that with that whole draw infinitely combo with only 1 red island. And yeah, so it might be slightly useful. You know, you gotta think about these things. Ham Fist can't be used if you already didn't start a combo or anything. So, you know, just little things here and there that kind of make you go, is this one really better than the other? Other than that, that's my crazy overpowered broken deck that you should really use to beat your friends repeatedly until they want to stop playing with you. Yeah, I'm going to be making a normal deck soon. That's actually not completely overpowered. But, yeah, sadly, Egihan doesn't want me using this when we play for fun, because, it seems like I'll just win every single time, which is the point of me making this. Guess I didn't fail at that part. But, yeah, we're all done here. Deck's busted, overpowered, completely bonkers. Give you some good laughs, like when I was playing with Egihan, I was like, okay, I use this combo indefinitely, so I have infinite mana. And he goes, okay, and then I go, I will pick up my whole deck. And he goes, okay. Like, there's nothing people can do about it. It's only 40 cards, minimum amount of cards, so you can get to those cards you want as quick as possible. And, I'll be making, I might do a deck making one of my next deck that they'll approve of, that they'll enjoy to play against. I'm sure they won't, actually. I'll make it so it's not that easy to just beat, if you know what I mean. I'm not letting them get off that easy. I don't know if I'm going to do 2 useless, 1 corn, 1 nice lands, which would be a nice, whatchamacallit, what is it called? A Moral Maze Walker deck, or go for a 4 landscape burn deck, which I might just do both. So, see you when I make those.